If the narcissist has got you to a point where you have become completely silent, you don't feel any desire to take a stand for yourself, you don't feel any power to create boundaries, and you let them do what they're doing to you, this episode is for you. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In this episode, we're going to talk about the deafening silence, the absolute hopelessness you hit in a narcissistic relationship, and how you just collapse. If that sounds interesting and you have been through what I'm talking about, please make sure to subscribe by pressing the subscribe button, because your subscription helps spread awareness about narcissistic abuse, and also press the bell icon to stay notified. Let's try to understand the deafening silence that I'm talking about. One type of silence that you experience in such a relationship is the silence given to you by the narcissist, which we also call as silent treatment. The narcissist ignores you. They treat you as if you do not exist. They treat you like this piece of furniture that is in the room and it's just lying there. They objectify you and you feel suffocated. I call it psychological strangulation. That has a devastating impact on you, but we're not going to talk about that today. What we are going to talk about is completely different. We're not also going to talk about the intentional silence that you give a narcissist, because they say silence is their best medicine. Silence is what they deserve. This is not even about that. This is about what we call freeze collapse, a trauma response that gets activated when a narcissist treats you so badly that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you justify yourself, you still hit the wall, you still hit the block, and the blame is projected on you, it is reversed on you, the tables are twisted, and you are made to look like the crazy one. A point comes in such a relationship where you feel like you are losing your voice, and then a point comes where you truly feel you have lost your voice. You don't have any desire, any motivation, any feelings of power that you could rely on to take a stand against this aggressor in your life and stop them in their way. No, you do not feel anything at all. It feels like you are a living dead, a zombie who just is going on with life as if life is happening to them and not for them. You're not living, you are not even surviving, you just exist. You're just there because you're completely dissociated, completely disconnected from your emotions, from your thoughts, from your beliefs. And sometimes you feel like you're looking at yourself from the outside, as if this is a movie that is going on, an imaginary cartoon film that is playing in a loop, and you are just this dispassionate observer watching all of this happening to you, but in a state of dissociation. Do you relate with what I'm talking about? Have you been through this? Let me know in the comments and share your experiences, because your experiences will help other survivors feel validated. So this silence is deafening because you want to say a lot. There is a suppressed scream in you that cannot come out in any way. You want to scream, but you have no energy to scream at all. You don't know how to express this scream, but it is in there, boiling and bubbling and seething, but it doesn't have a way to come out. So you freeze because you feel resourceless, and the scream, the anger, your true voice gets contained, compressed, suppressed within you. You feel like it's in there, it's always burning you, but you don't have any power, any desire, or any capacity to let it come out. This freeze response is activated when you try to run away from the narcissist, or we call it flight response. Run away from the conflicts when you try to please them, but it doesn't still work. When you try to fight them back, when you try to justify yourself, when you have tried every single avenue, but nothing has worked with them. So you freeze. It's like the deer in front of the car lights. You get stuck. You know you should be moving, jumping, running away, far, far, far away from this environment, but you can't. You feel resourceless. So you freeze. And you don't only stop there, you collapse within. You experience what I call an emotional death. There is this emotional collapse that happens that you cannot understand how to recover from, at least when you are in the relationship with this tormentor. You don't know how to get out of that agony, that pain, that suffering that you constantly are in and you go through whenever you interact with them. So with that freeze response, collapse happens, and collapse leads to what we call hypoarousal. It's again a state of your nervous system. You are out of your window of tolerance, but you are not hyper aroused. You're not full of energy. You're not anxious anymore. You're not stressed. You're not thinking. Maybe you're ruminating, but this rumination is slow. It's happening. It's consuming you, but there is no action with it. We call it immobilization as well. So you are immobilized. You are in a state where you feel depressed all the time. You feel you have zero motivation to do anything to save yourself, to rescue yourself. There is a generalized feeling of hopelessness about yourself, about the life that you still have to live, about the world. You feel chronically fatigued. You feel completely isolated within and without. You do not want to find a way out anymore, because deep down, it's like you have accepted that this is the way of your life. This is how you are going to be for the rest of your days, which is a very saddening thing to talk about, to even realize, because the narcissist has abused you and abused you so destructively that it has gotten you to this place where you do not see anything but darkness, and darkness becomes your reality. If you are at this place currently, I need you to know that it is very dark in there, but there is light out there waiting for you. There is hope. Even if you can't feel it, even if you can't see it, it still does exist. The only thing that you have to do is you have to take that step out of your faith. You have to try to focus on the light and at the end of the tunnel, because there is the end to this tunnel that feels endless. You have to understand that all the things come to an end sooner or later. There is an end to your suffering as well. Talking about this silence in a nutshell, this silence is killing, because it's taken as a message by the narcissist that you're okay, you're not responding to anything, you would do whatever they want you to do, and you would be okay with their treatment. At this point, the narcissist doesn't care about intermittent reinforcing. They're not idealizing and devaluing you anymore. They're treating you like dirt. They're treating you like you don't matter. You are the cook. You are the sex slave. You are anything but a human being to them, an entity that is there just to be used. This also signifies how a narcissist reduces you to a shell of a human being. You're reduced to a shell. There's no one within. At least it feels like that. And it takes you so much time to become whole again, because the narcissist emptied you. And to fill that emptiness takes time, takes patience, takes help, and a lot of recovery. I hope you found this episode insightful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and share this video with others. I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin.